Shout out to the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver for officially confirming that the NBA is 100% rigged. The Dallas Mavericks, the same team that went to the NBA Finals last year against the Boston Celtics, the same team that traded their superstar franchise player Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, who's an NBA champion. This same team who had a 1.8% chance of winning the number one draft pick won the number one draft pick. And they're going to end up drafting Cooper Flag, man. Like, this has got to be the most, like, shocking news in, like, NBA history when it comes to the draft because, like, this shouldn't even be allowed. Like, I don't even think there should be a 1% chance for a team like Dallas to allow this to happen to them, bro. Because you got teams in the NBA that's trash that really needed this pick. You got teams like the Utah Jazz that were just fucking awful last year, bro. You know, teams like the Phoenix Suns, the Charlotte Hornets, you know, the Spurs. You know, you got teams that were just awful last year, bro, that really needed this number one draft pick. And Adam Silver gave it to a team that was just in the finals last year. Now, the reason why Adam Silver did this is to boost the NBA ratings, right? Like, the reason why Dallas traded Luka Doncic, it's not because he doesn't stay in shape. It's not because he drinks beer. All of that shit is bullshit. Adam Silver sat down with Nico Harrison. He sat down with Rob Pelinka, and he told them to do this for the betterment of the league. You know, Nico Harrison and Rob Pelinka, they're homeboys. They both used to work with Kobe Bryant. You know, this was all planned, y'all, because the NBA ratings were doing really bad. The All-Star game doing terrible. Even this year it did bad, right? But people weren't watching the regular season games anymore. People were only watching the NBA Finals. They weren't watching the round one or round two of the NBA playoffs. They weren't even watching the conference finals. They were only watching the finals. And Adam Silver was panicking because, you know, he doesn't want this league to go down. You know, they're paying these players hundreds of millions of dollars, and the league can't afford to keep paying the players how they pay them if they continue to lose ratings, bro. Because what eventually would happen is they would just start losing network deals. They would lose their deal that they got with Amazon Prime and NBC and, you know, ESPN. All of that shit would be gone. So, you know, it was a very strategic move. And I respect Adam Silver for doing it. And I'm happy Adam Silver did it because now we don't have to say this is a conspiracy anymore. You know, LeBron James went on Twitter and tweeted a bunch of laughing emojis, you know, because even LeBron James knows that this is bullshit. You know, LeBron was pissed off when the Lakers traded Anthony Davis. He wasn't happy that the Lakers traded AD for Luka because they did it without telling him. They went behind his back and they didn't let him know what was going on, you know? So it's rigged, bro. The NBA is rigged. The NFL is rigged. Boxing is rigged. All sports is rigged. It's all about money. It's all about ratings. It's all about what's best for the business, right? Just like politics, right? It's just like politics is rigged. You know, all of this shit is rigged, y'all. So shout out to Adam Silver. I know David Stern is rolling over in his grave because David Stern would never, never allow some shit like this to happen. And it makes me appreciate David Stern stopping the Lakers from getting Chris Paul to play with Kobe. You know, I hated it when it happened, and I think a lot of other people hated it as well. But one thing we have to give credit to David Stern is he did everything in his power to protect the integrity of the NBA. You know, he kept players in line, man. You know, he didn't allow players to, you know, wear whatever they wanted to wear. He didn't allow certain trades to happen. You know, David Stern, he did everything in his power to protect the integrity of the NBA. And when you look at a guy like Adam Silver, he's the complete opposite. I mean, look at how this guy still allows Draymond Green, a.k.a. Donkey from Shrek, to commit the most to commit all of these crazy ass fouls, bro. when this guy has a history of committing flagrant fouls? You know, it's clear as day that Draymond Green likes to hurt people on the court, and Adam Silver doesn't do anything about it, right? You got this idiot Ja Morant, constantly flashing guns, and he's too nice to Ja Morant, and that's why the league is what it is today. It's a shit show, Everything's a foul. The players have way too much power, right? And now we're seeing teams that are going to the finals, bro, a year later getting the number 1 draft pick. What the fuck is going on? If a player wants to, if a superstar player wants to request a trade, they can get a trade anytime they want. Look at how Jimmy Butler handled his situation with Miami this season. Basically told the Miami Heat to kiss his ass. He was playing like shit on purpose, right? Was showing up late to practice, doing all type of goofy shit because he didn't want to play for the team no more. Instead of being honorable and playing until his contract is up and giving it 100%, he told the team to kiss his ass. And Adam Silver did nothing about it. Nothing about it. So let me know what you guys think about this video. The Dallas Mavericks are most likely going to draft Cooper Flag. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out.